Well, they're stars with staying power both in front of and behind the camera.
Yes, Melissa Gilbert and Timothy Busfield recently sat down with the Better team for an extended interview.
Yeah, they were in Bethel working with the Connecticut Film Festival team promoting their new movie, Guest Artist.
And during the conversation, Gilbert talked about leaving Hollywood and moving to her husband's home state of Michigan.
Our business in Los Angeles is very difficult because it's everywhere. In that city, everybody's involved in it in some way, so everywhere you go, you know there are people clocking, judging, looking for someone bigger, better, more famous that can provide them more opportunities. There's just a really strange external pressure to look a certain way, drive a certain car, be a certain way. And I met Tim, and he said he was living in Michigan, and I said, take me. I was just done. I wanted to age.
And it works out great for our son too. I mean, my stepson Michael, her son, was struggling a little bit in high school. Went to Michigan, got his diploma, got his college degree, and is in New York and is adjusted extremely well. LA can be, overwhelming, especially in like what she said, our business. Yeah.
Busfield and Gilbert get the business and appreciate that it comes with ups and downs. Case in point, as a young child in the 1970s, Gilbert was up for a role in the remake of Miracle on 34th Street.
And I didn't get it, and I was really, really disappointed. And my dad, who was a longtime performer, singer, dancer, actor, musician, writer, everything, sat me down in his workshop where he would build furniture when he wasn't working. And I told him how sad I was, and he said, don't worry about it, sweetie. Just means something better is going to come along. And that's when I really realized that everything, not only does everything happen for a reason, the things that are not meant to be are not meant to be, and let it go and move on. That was the moment where, I realized that the disappointment and the hardships were going to happen to lead to the better, more exciting stuff.
It brings up an interesting thing. When asked, what was the moment that defined us, it was probably the moment that we were hardened to the ability to fluctuate up and down.
Yeah.
Those are the moments that for the professional, for the journeyman who has a long career, it's not, here's the big moment and then that led to this, because if you do that, then you're gonna do this when it goes down. And that is not a professional mentality. You're gonna press at the auditions if you want it so much because it means so much.
That message is one Busfield tried to instill in his students when he took on a professor position at Michigan State University, the same school where his dad taught drama. The most important lesson he wanted them to learn?
When I was teaching at Michigan State, the most important thing that I stressed to teach, and Melissa too when she came in and helped me, was that this is a business of perspiration. Don't talk about it. It's not inspiration. Your dreams don't matter. It's the amount of sweat you put in every day. We're professionals, just like you guys are professionals. Get the equipment, load the truck, unload the truck, set up the cameras, do the work, break down the cameras, move to another location, set up the cameras and go. None of that requires an intellectual philosophy. It's repetition. And in that repetition of doing that, you become better. You have breakthroughs. Longevity doesn't come to those that are lucky. Longevity comes to those that are good. And you don't get good without experience and without repetition. Quality doesn't come out right away. If you have Michael Landon teaching you every day from when you're 9 until you're 19, you're going to evolve. When, in my case, you had Kathy Bates and Chris Cooper around you as a young actor, you're going to evolve. But you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of performances on stage, hundreds and hundreds of episodes of TV, always growing, always learning.
Busfield's reputation, acting acumen, and work ethic helped him land roles in many memorable TV series and movies, serious and straight, dramatic and comedic. There was Revenge of the Nerds, Trapper John M.D., West Wing.
We'll figure it out, all of it.
30-something, and Field of Dreams, released 30 years ago this year. He played the skeptical brother-in-law, Mark, to Kevin Costner's Ray.
Good. Hey, is this heaven?
No, it's Iowa.
Field of Dreams, from the very first page, it felt like there was some sort of fairy dust, magic dust popping off of each page.
The audience didn't know it, but Busfield says it was a challenging shoot.
It was a difficult shoot. It was the drought of '88, so we had the only corn. Thank God the line producer insured the corn. So we had, it was probably worth $10 an ear by the end, by the time we got through with the movie, but every bit of it was magic.
He credits the film's director for its success.
I'm lucky to be in it. Kevin Costner's lucky to be in it. James Earl Jones is lucky to be in it. Burt Lancaster was lucky to be in it. We were all lucky to be a part of Phil Robinson's vision.
And Busfield considers himself to be lucky to have landed the real-life role of husband of Melissa Gilbert.
He's so solid. I mean, I love her so much, living with her and being married to her. She's so solid. My favorite actor to direct in the whole world is Melissa Gilbert, especially when I'm acting with her. She's just so open. A lot of kid actors, a lot of it comes from her training. As a young kid actor, you don't show up on the set with a lot of attitude.
And he adds, she's funny.
What people don't know is how funny she is, and the amount of times that she knocks me out with her timing and her rhythm. That's the one thing people don't know, is how funny Melissa Gilbert is.
Gilbert gained generations of fans, playing the part of Laura Ingalls Wilder in the still popular TV series Little House on the Prairie.
I want our own horses, Pa.
She earned an Emmy nomination as Helen Keller in The Miracle Worker from 1979. And off-screen, she played a different role, president of the Screen Actors Guild from 2001 to 2005. She's a New York Times best-selling author. Her book, Prairie Tale, a memoir, came out in 2010, and her My Prairie Cookbook in 2014. She gets the cookbook credibility, but says her husband knows his way around the kitchen too.
So you know what people don't know about Timothy Busfield is that he is an amazing chef. He makes, you make hands down the best pancakes I've ever had.
Short order chef.
Short order chef.
And he gets bonus points for his mad salon skills.
I had rotator cuff surgery recently, and Tim has been my caretaker, and I haven't been able to do my own hair. He knows how to braid hair and how to put hair in a ponytail. He didn't have to be shown or taught or watch a YouTube video because he raised a girl, so his daughter Daisy. So I get the benefit of that.
That's fantastic.
They're really cute together. All right, Busfield is dad to a daughter and 2 sons as well. Gilbert also has 2 sons. The couple moved out to Michigan last year, and now they live in New York.
All right, our team asked Busfield if he liked the idea of all of these older TV series coming back, and he said he doesn't have a problem with it. In fact, he says he'd be all in if 30-something returned, as long as the writing was great.
That was a great show.
It was a great show.
And what he's not a fan of, though, are hit movies being turned into musicals, saying kids should be exposed to professional theater production, saying he's concerned that our nation is losing its American theater. It is different seeing a musical on stage versus in a movie theater.
100%.
For sure. Yeah.
All right, if you'd like to spend some time with the two of them, they're back in Connecticut tomorrow for a screening of their new movie, Guest Artist.
It'll be shown at the Housatonic Community College Performing Arts Center right in Bridgeport on Friday. There is a red carpet event at 6 p.m., followed by a showing of the movie and a question and answer session with them at 7 p.m. Sounds like a great evening.
Absolutely. I'd love to meet them.